Hello everybody, my name is Hot Hands. Today I wanted to go over some universal weapon skin and attachment skin combinations that you can get from the R6 marketplace right now. I'll tell you guys how much each of the attachment skins cost, how much each of the skins cost, and how much each set will cost. For this preview I'll be using Ash's R4C as well as her pistol, which has a suppressor on it. Her primary has a laser sight, a suppressor, an ACOG, and of course the magazine is considered an attachment here. For each of the 12 weapon skins, I'll give about 1 to 3 different combinations of attachment skins that you can add to it. And without further ado, let's get into the first combo. The first weapon skin we have here is called Rusty Trigger. This will cost 10 credits. The attachment skin is called Dystopian Survival, which will cost 25 credits. So together, this whole set will cost you 35 credits. Pretty cool combination of rusty colors and really brings home the whole this is a super old weapon. Really like the skin. Super cheap, can't go wrong with 35 credits to be honest. This next combination here is the Rusty Trigger weapon skin, which will cost 10 credits, and the Suspicious Material attachment skin, which will cost 50 credits. So this set right here will cost you about 60 credits. It gets a similar point across as the previous combination did. It just adds a different color palette to the table. Besides just adding more rust, it brings in different metallic and textured artifacts to your weapon skin, and I think it looks really good with the base skin itself. So 60 credits, really cool combination. This next combination is the Suspicious Material weapon skin, which will cost 20 credits, and the Dystopian Survival attachment skin, which will cost 25 credits. So this set right here will set you back 45 credits. Once again, kind of going with that rusty sort of rundown kind of feel to it. I really like the way that this weapon kind of adds a different texture to what is normally a flat surface on your weapon. Kind of adds like a fabric look to it. Looks really cool. As a quick aside, for revolvers with this weapon skin look like they have fluid in them in the cylinder itself, which I think looks really cool. It was cool enough for me to want to note it in this video. This next set is the Suspicious Material weapon skin, which will cost 20 credits, and the Suspicious Material attachment skin, which will cost 50 credits. So this whole set right here will cost you about 70 credits. Honestly, you can't go wrong with the full set. The colors were designed to go together, and I think this one does a really good job. For 70 credits, I think this is definitely worth picking up. Super cool combination. This set right here is the Battle Fabric weapon skin, which will cost you 20 credits, and the Dystopian Survival attachment skin, which will cost you 25 credits. So this whole set right here will cost 45 credits. This one's really interesting. Obviously, the rust doesn't perfectly match the fabric, but it is pretty close, and it has texture, sort of like the leathery texture does on the weapon itself. So I think it goes pretty well. Just under 50 credits is a crazy steal, and I would highly recommend picking this up if you don't have it already. The next set we have here is the Whitehall 1212 weapon skin, which will cost 50 credits, and the Gossamer Demise attachment skin, which will cost 110 credits. So this set right here is looking at 160 credits. The actual weapon skin itself isn't quite black, but it's close. And the white on the attachments, I think, go really well together with the sort of accents on the weapon skin itself. The blue on the foregrip and the laser sight also kind of complement this dark blue color that it's giving. So honestly, a pretty cool set. 160 credits isn't bad at all. The next set we have here is the Whitehall 1212 weapon skin, which will cost you 50 credits, and the Hibernal Solstice attachment skin, which will cost you 290 credits. So this set right here will cost you 340 credits. Now, I personally don't have the white attachment skin unlocked for my account yet. But if you wanted to replace this with the white attachment skin instead, you could get that for Renown, and the only thing you'd have to pay for is the actual weapon skin itself, which again is 50 credits. So this entire set could cost about 50 credits if you didn't care about having the cool icy effect that the Hibernal Solstice attachment skins provides. I actually really like the way that the texture on the attachment skin looks on this skin. But I understand not everybody has 290 credits to just spend on attachment skins. So once again, honorable mention is the white attachment skin, which I do not own. This next set's pretty cool. The weapon skin itself is called Chanterelle, which will cost you 10 credits. And the Wings of Paradise attachment skin, which will cost you 55 credits. So this whole set right here is 65 credits. Really can't go wrong with that. Of course, you may have noticed that the suppressor is full of colors that don't actually match the weapon skin itself. So clearly you can see with the pistol here, some of the colors are clashing. It doesn't really go anymore. This combination looks good on some weapons. I think this looks good right here. That is something just to keep in mind. It won't go with everything, but if you're looking for something on a primary such as the R4C, I think this is a pretty cool budget option if you're trying to gild out your weapons a little bit. Now, for those of you who have a few more credits to spend, this again is the Chanterelle weapon skin, costs 10 credits, and the Lifeblood Flower attachment skin, which will cost you 400 credits. So this set right here is going to cost you about 410 credits. However, you can see that the blue of the foregrip, the suppressor, and the laser sight go really well with the blue that's inside the actual weapon skin itself. And this goes really well together. This combination I think looks really, really nice. The next combination is the Magical Shenanigans weapon skin, which costs 20 credits, and the Wings of Paradise attachment skin, which costs 55 credits. So this set right here will set you back 75 credits. Something I think that looks pretty cool about this is, unlike with the Chanterelle weapon skin, the purple, blue, and pink of the suppressor actually kind of go with the chaotic pink weapon skin. This sort of gives pajama vibes. It feels very casual, and I think that looks really cool. So for just under 100 credits at 75, this is really, really, really cool. This next set is the Magical Shenanigans weapon skin, which will cost you 20 credits, and the Hibernal Solstice attachment skin, which will cost you 290 credits. So this set right here is looking at 310 credits. This is a little bit more clean than the previous combination. I think the white just goes really well with the light pink color. Just feels more clean. Obviously, honorable mention once again, the white attachment skin would look really good with this, but once again, I do not own it. If you were looking to save 290 credits on an attachment skin and instead pay the 25k renown, I think it is, that is an option as well. If you were to use the white attachment skin instead of the Hibernal Solstice, this set would cost you 20 credits. Really can't beat that. This next set is the Magical Shenanigans weapon skin, which will cost you 20 credits, and the Magical Shenanigans attachment skin, which will cost you 440 credits. So this set right here is 460 credits. Obviously, this was designed to go together, so I think it does. I think it does go together pretty well. Pretty cool. All pink build. There are not a lot of people who run something like this, at least from my experience. And so if you were looking to stand out, really, really cool combination of colors right here. Highly recommend this. Our next set is the Wings of Paradise weapon skin, which will cost you 60 credits, and the Wings of Paradise attachment skin, which will cost you 55 credits. So together, this whole set right here would cost you about 115 credits. This set obviously goes together because it is designed to go together. The pink, blue, and yellow go with the gold attachments. It just is a really cool combination of stuff. Can't go wrong with it. Just being over 100 credits is honestly a steal. Highly recommend this one if you don't have it already. The next set is the Wings of Paradise weapon skin, which will cost you 60 credits, and the Lifeblood Flower attachment skin, which will cost you 400 credits. So this whole set right here will cost you 460 credits. Of course, significantly more expensive than the actual set itself, but if you were looking for a little bit more shiny gold in the form of the actual optic and the magazine itself, with some blue accents in the suppressor, the foregrip, and the laser sight, this would definitely be the set for you. I really like the way that this looks. Gold happens to be my favorite color, so I had to include something like this. Really cool set. I think the attachments go really well with the actual weapon skin itself. And yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. This next set is the Possessed Possession weapon skin, which will cost you 80 credits, and the Wings of Paradise attachment skin, which will cost you 55 credits. So this whole set right here will cost you about 135 credits. This was a little harder for me to sell. Obviously, the gold does not match anything in the weapon at all. However, the blue, pink, and like reddish color that the flowers or the feathers provide on the suppressor here really match the pistol grip and some of the colors that are hidden inside the actual weapon skin itself. The vertical foregrip obviously looks really good, and I think the gold actually is a cool combination with it, but it doesn't obviously go as well as some of the other combinations in this list. So I thought I'd include it. I do think it's cool. It's definitely unique. The next set is the Possessed Possession weapon skin, which will cost you 80 credits, and the Hibernal Solstice attachment skin, which will cost you 290 credits. So this set right here will set you back 370 credits. This sort of gives an icy feel to it, especially having the Hibernal Solstice attachment skin on top. Of course, it is not actually ice, but the white does complement the light colors, the whites that are actually in the skin itself. This is super clean. Highly recommend this one as well. Super interesting, and I don't see a lot of people running this skin a lot either, so if you're trying to stand out, highly recommend this one. The next set is the Elegant Fusion weapon skin, which will cost you 180 credits, and the La Leyenda attachment skin, which will cost you 10 credits. So altogether, this set will cost you 190 credits. This one is interesting. So the optic, the suppressor, and the foregrip match the bronze on the top of the Elegant Fusion weapon skin itself. Now, the blue in the magazine and the laser sight do not match. One of the harder sells for me personally. I do think that it's still a really cool combination of colors, and considering when you're holding it, you don't really see the magazine anyways. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Some people might actually think that it's cool that the blue is just a totally different color. I'll leave that up to you. I think it's pretty cool. Thought I'd include it in this list, being just under 200 credits. But yeah, the next set is the Elegant Fusion weapon skin, which will cost you 180 credits, and the Wings of Paradise attachment skin, which will cost you 55 credits. So this whole set right here will cost you 235 credits. This one I think is really interesting. The blue in the vertical foregrip goes pretty well with the blue inside the actual weapon skin itself. The gold accents similarly match the bronze-ish tone on the top of the weapon. And honestly, I think the gold is a cool accent color to this whole blue piece. All of it's very shiny, and I think it's really dope. Of course, once again, the pink doesn't really go, or sorry, the yellow doesn't really go. I think this weapon skin and attachment combination would go really well with some weapons and maybe not as much with others. But again, I wanted to include it in this list because I still think it's pretty cool, even if everything doesn't match completely. The next combination is the Elegant Fusion weapon skin, which you can get for 180 credits, and the Lifeblood Flower attachment skin, which you could get for 400 credits. So you can get this set entirely for 580 credits. I think the most obvious thing that stands out is that the blue of the Lifeblood Flower attachment skin goes incredibly well with the Elegant Fusion weapon skin's blue on the body itself. Of course, the bronze-ish tones at the top of the weapon don't entirely match the gold where the optic is sitting, but I think we can look past that because of the Elegant Fusion weapon skin combinations, I do think this one is my favorite. I would definitely be running this in my games of Siege in the near future. This next set is the Waffle Cone weapon skin, which will cost you 70 credits, and the Velveteen attachment skin, which will cost you 270 credits. So this whole set right here will cost you 340 credits. I think the obvious standout here is that the optic goes almost perfectly with the chocolate on the top of the ice cream here, which is really, really cool. Also, the suppressor is a sort of off-white-ish color on the top. It's like a silver, so it goes with the ice cream color that is inside the body of the weapon. You can also see the actual waffle cone at the pistol grip, which is where our operator is holding the weapon. This whole combination, I think, looks so clean. Of course, the vertical foregrip and the magazine are completely black. I don't think that's necessarily a compromise. Some people might think it is. I think this weapon skin is very clean, and I will definitely be rocking this in my playthroughs. This next set is the Waffle Cone weapon skin, which will cost you 70 credits, and the Hibernal Solstice attachment skin, which will cost you 290 credits. So altogether, this will cost 360 credits. Now, the white doesn't necessarily match the ice cream color in the actual weapon skin itself, but being that you can pretty much tell the attachment skin is icy, it goes with the whole cold ice cream vibe. I think this is a really clean skin. Do I like it over the other combination? Hard for me to say. I think they're interchangeable, to be honest. But once again, super cool, super clean skin. Everything feels very cold and chilly with the attachments on it. I really like this one a lot. This next set is the Waffle Cone weapon skin, which will cost you 70 credits, and the Magical Shenanigans attachment skin, which will cost you 440 credits. So altogether, this set right here is 510 credits. What I like about this skin a lot is that if you look at the top of the weapon, you can see sprinkles in the chocolate. And the attachment skin is pink, matching the strawberry ice cream flavor action going on in the center of the weapon skin, as well as having that sprinkle feel to it. It's just a very standout-ish weapon skin, and I think it looks really cool, actually. Of course, it's significantly more expensive than some of the other options that I've listed for this weapon skin itself, but one I thought is totally worth mentioning because I am going to be running this one for certain. This one looks really cool in my opinion. It's just bizarre. I think that's why I like it so much. The next combination is the Bone Chills weapon skin, which will cost you 250 credits, and the Bone Chills attachment skin, which will cost you 120 credits. So this whole set right here will cost you about 370 credits. Once again, this is a very icy feel, and it looks really good with the attachment skin. Of course, there's a lot of blue accents inside the weapon skin itself. And so the attachment skin has these like blue runic writings on it. It's a whole set, so of course it's supposed to go together. I think it looks really cool. The next set is the Bone Chills weapon skin, which will cost you 250 credits, and the Hibernal Solstice attachment skin, which will cost you 290 credits. So this whole set right here is looking at 540 credits. The attachment skin obviously is supposed to mimic snow, and being that this is an ice skin, I think it is almost a better look than the actual set itself. I don't really have much else to say about it. This one's just so clean looking, and I definitely recommend picking up this set because I have not seen anyone run this in any of my games, at least. Super cool set. Highly recommend. The next weapon skin we have on this list is the Ectoplasm weapon skin, which will cost you about 700 credits, and the Olive attachment skin, which will cost you about 20k renown in the item shop. So altogether, this set right here is 700 credits and 20k renown. This is obviously such a cool set. Now, the green doesn't exactly match the slime color coming down from the top, but it's green enough to get the point across of what you're trying to say. You could probably get away with a purple attachment skin as well if you had one. I personally do not. This is the only attachment skin I have that would go with this, but I thought this would be a really cool thing to include in this video. Now, I said I had 12 weapon skins. This will be sort of an honorable mention at the end here. There is Safari DLC that you can get for this game, and one of the skins that it provides you is an all gold weapon skin. There are no actions anywhere. Everything is just gold. Mixing this with the La Leyenda attachment skin, which costs 10 credits, this would cost you about $3 and 10 credits, I believe, because you can only buy this gold weapon skin for real money, I think. The attachments have a light blue diamondish or almost muted emerald color to it. So this whole thing looks very gilded. The top, the ACOG, is sort of bronzish, so I understand it doesn't quite go. But I still think this is pretty cool. Lastly, we have the same gold weapon skin. That is the like $3 weapon skin you can get from the Steam store, mixed with the Lifeblood Flower attachment skin, which costs 400 credits. So altogether, this set would cost you about $3 and 400 credits. So the attachments obviously are all gold. They all go together, and the accents become this blue that comes on the suppressor, as well as the laser sight and the foregrip. And this set looks really cool. It's plain, simple, nothing crazy is going on. It's just gold and blue, and that is a sick combination of colors. So I figured I'd include that. You can't necessarily buy this from the marketplace. If you're going to be spending money on R6 credits, you might as well pick up this gold color because I think this looks really cool. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your time as always. Leave a comment. Let me know if you guys agreed with what I had to say, if you guys have any other suggestions, and if you guys have any ideas for future videos. I appreciate you watching if you guys stuck to the end. And until the next video, I'll see you guys then.